Max Laithwaite, brave chap. He just finished a 2-month trek around the southwest of England with no money, nothing, nada, relying solely on the kindness of strangers for food and shelter. He survived it, and he's here to tell us all about it. Good morning, Max.
Good morning, Fred.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you very much.
Now, Max, a couple of months around the southwest of England. Was it an A to B, or were you just kind of meandering around some of the counties there?
It was a sort of I had an end date, which was for Poole in Dorset.
Yep.
I had a start date, which was Minehead in Somerset. And the idea was to follow the southwest coast path, but with plenty of time. So it was worked on a sort of a day-to-day, see what happened each day, really.
Isn't Poole in Dorset where they have the most expensive houses in the country?
Yeah, where you finish the coast path, actually, just cross over on a ferry, and then
Sandbank or sand something. Sandbanks, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
which are all under threat of rising sea levels.
Now,
a bit like in Holland.
Whoops, yes.
Yeah.
Can I ask, did you notice a difference in the generosity of strangers between affluent areas and non-affluent areas?
It's a very good question. I have to say, yeah, I did. I find that people with the least are very often more generous. I don't want to sweep
Sad,
the statement,
isn't it?
and there was no scientific research there, but I got the feeling that people were, who had not much to offer actually offered all they had.
Right. Were you prepared to sleep rough if necessary, Max?
Yep, absolutely. One night I slept in a church porch on the flagstones.
Right. Can I ask if did you grow a beard? I mean, were you looking as smart as possible? Because I know you've had Sandhurst training, so you're looking fairly smart and approachable, yeah?
Yeah, I tried to keep, I didn't shave every day, but shaved a few times during the trip, so it wasn't a big, long, scraggly beard. Try and be fairly presentable. But it's for people to take a person in as they are, and not to have a preconceived idea of what they are based on what they look like. It's kind of what we were looking for as well.
And you didn't beg at all. So presumably to find out if somebody was going to be kind to you, you had to engage them in conversation. Or did you, were you surprised to find how often maybe a stranger engaged you in conversation and they started things off?
3 very good methods. Firstly, I had a white flag on top of my rucksack,
right,
which kind of attracted attention. People would come up and say, "Are you surrendering?" I also had leaflets printed, which I could hand to people and ask to put up in shop windows and so forth.
Yeah.
And obviously I had my T-shirt printed. And between those 3 things, it opened the gate for people to approach me and say, what are you doing? You look like you're possibly doing something interesting. And that's what I used to invite people in, just to open up the conversation. And as soon as they had opened it up, then I felt at liberty to explain what I was doing.
Now, we're just about to speak to a couple of chaps who we spoke to in the past. They are the founders of the Kindness Offensive. It's David Goodfellow and James Hunter. Before I say hi to them, can you tell me, Max, what was the kindest thing that was done for you in this 2-month trek?
There were so many, but one of the greatest was in Tintagel. I met a lovely lady who was walking her dog. And I had nowhere to stay, and she had a house that she was doing up overlooking the sea that she wasn't even staying in. And she left me with a towel, a bed, sheets, keys, food, and left me with the whole house for the whole evening in complete trust that I'd leave it in the morning as I found it. And that's pretty amazing.
Well, what we'd like you to do then, if you don't mind, Max, is obviously not broadcast it, but if you can send her name and address to us here, we can all go down for a holiday.
For that,
the MacAulay & Co. staff outing down to her.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds like a great idea.
Let's speak to the Kindness Offensives, David and James. Hiya, fellas.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome back to the programme. How are you doing?
Pretty well, thank you very much.
Listen, you'll be thrilled to hear that story from Max there. 2 months kicking about the southwest of England, relying simply on the kindness of strangers.
What an inspiration. And it goes to show how kind people really are. Whenever you push the boat out and you kind of have a look around to see how much kindness there is in the world, you're always met halfway. And it's a real inspiration to hear Max, because look what he managed to achieve but with that principle.
Yeah. Now, you've been giving out Everyday Kindness Awards over the last, month or two yourselves, haven't you?
Yeah, we staged the Everyday Kindness Awards very much to celebrate kind of everyday acts of kindness like Max was relying on his little journey. We set up situations in London where people needed a little bit of help. We're talking little things like broken shopping bags, help up the stairs with a pram, that kind of thing. And when members of the public jumped in to help out, we emerged from behind bushes and pillar boxes and sang for He's a Jolly Good Fellow, and we awarded them with a gold medal and a bouquet of flowers and some champagne. In fact, you can see our what we got up to on our site, the kindnessoffensive.com. There's little videos of it. And it was a lot of fun, and it was very good to be celebrating acts of kindness.
And for those that can't see that, we can give them a taster just now because we've got it on audio. Have a listen to this.
Cool.
Look, you've been very, very kind.
Very, very kind.
In fact, I'd just like to say,
she's a jolly kind fellow, for she's a jolly kind fellow, for she's a jolly kind fellow. And so say all of us, and so say all of us, and so say all of us, for he's a jolly kind fellow.
So say all of us as well. Was there always genuine pleasure in getting the award, or were some people just not up for it?
I think the majority of people were slightly overwhelmed, but I think really got into it and were really happy. But I think a lot of people were slightly cautious when you got a gang of 20 people running towards you.
Yeah, initially shocked, but now everyone really got into it, and they all ended up asking for some photographs that we took to be sent to them. It was a real reward ceremony, a real event celebrating normal people doing great stuff that we all do every day, but we kind of figured it was worth highlighting and worth making a bit of a fuss over.
Now, Max Laithwaite is still with us, and Max, I want to ask, did you take a camera with you? Have you got a bunch of happy, smiling faces?
Yeah, I've got quite a few. I had a camera on my phone. Kind of the only luxury I was allowed to take with me, sort of thing. And plenty of smiley faces. I mean, I have to say, what the boys are doing is amazing because in a time when it's quite easy to get bogged down in negative stories, it's great to just remind people how good we generally are to each other, especially in somewhere like London.
Well, we're going to be trying that today. Our Julia Sutherland is out in the streets with a little checklist of everyday kind acts. She's going to do some throughout the programme, and she's also going to be keeping account of the nice things she sees other people doing. Let's see if the satellite link is up. Good morning, Julia.
Morning, Fred.
How are you?
I'm very well this morning, actually. I'm slightly nervous, though, about having to approach strangers. I think that's one of the things that maybe puts people off.
Yes, this is like a back to the floor thing. This is what we asked Richard Cady and others to do for us on a regular basis. Now the production team are getting a taste of their own medicine. So what's on your checklist, Julia?
Well, the first thing is to make an old man smile.
Oh, you've done that already. I'm grinning from ear to ear, so you can tick that box.
Excellent, good, because I was worried about that one. The next one is find someone who looks lost and give them directions.
Right.
That could be me. I've got collect my own high fives. Got to give strangers a high five and watch them walk away with a smile on their face. And compliment a total stranger on how they're looking, nice tie, good hair.
That's all right. That's easy enough. Complimenting a total stranger, that's fine.
Yeah, I've been sort of warming up just by smiling at people, and it's amazing how that actually just generates some really nice feelings on both sides. And then the last one is to help someone carry their bags. So
all right, you'll manage that as well.
My checklist.
Yeah, making the old man smile. Okay, strike me off the list. Go. I want you to find somebody that's particularly grumpy. Okay?
Okay.
And then you have to tell us what you had to do to make him grin.
Okay, it's the thing is people are walking around, they've got their heads down, they're sort of don't look at me, so it's a little bit intimidating having to sort of go up to a stranger, but I'm going to do it.
Good for you, Julia. Where
shot.
exactly are you, in case there's anybody who wants to come and grin at you?
I am just standing behind the statue of Donald Dewar at the top of Buchanan Street in Glasgow. So
that's where our Julia is.
Be kind, come and say hello to me.
Good luck, thank you very much, and we'll come back to Julia and
Thanks,
see how many other boxes she's ticked other than making an old man smile. Fellas, it's good to talk to you again. We are right behind the kindness offensive. Thanks very much.
No worries. Can I just quickly say we're visiting a whole load of children's hospitals tomorrow, giving out presents for Eid, and just wanted to thank Hamley's Razor, and I want one of those, for giving us the toys to be able to give away tomorrow. Lots of smiles all around.
More smiling tomorrow, yeah. And
hello to everyone in Scotland, and thanks for having us on again.
Cheers, David. Thanks very much, James, as well. And Max, would you ever do anything like this again?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something that's a great methodology for getting a message. Of course, I was raising awareness for local and global water issues and raising money for Water Aid. And I would do it again and again, absolutely.
Well, good on you, Max, and thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Fred.
There you are. It's now 27.